There's a reason manifestation hasn't worked the way you were told it would, because you've been taught surface level methods. But with this cheat code, your entire reality will shift. I promise you that. You were told to visualize harder, repeat affirmations more often, raise your vibration, be positive, trust the universe, write your desires in a journal, and burn it under the full moon and wait, right? And then what? Nothing changes. Or worse, it works once and then never again. That's because no one ever taught you how manifestation actually works at the energetic, emotional, and neurological level. So there's nothing wrong with these practices. I'm actually a big supporter of visualization. I'm practicing it myself. Everything I mentioned, there's a point to these methods, but how it actually works, how manifestation behind the scenes actually works, I bet you haven't been taught that. If you've ever felt like you're doing all the right things and still nothing is shifting, then this is your wake up call. Something needs to actually change within you. Manifestation is not about how badly you want something, right? It's not about being a good person because the universe, quite frankly, doesn't give a single fuck about who you are and how good your intentions are. So it's not about saying the right things and using the right spiritual words or faking a high vibration and high frequency and high vibe mentality that you don't actually feel. Manifestation is about mastering the energetic code that builds your reality, whether you realize it or not. And there are 5 core pillars to it: frequency, vibration, emotion, belief, and action. These are not 5 separate tips, they are 5 connected and overlapping forces that actually do shape everyone's, meaning your life, every single moment. Together, they form the foundation of self mastery, of identity, of embodiment, of conscious creation. So you cannot skip these. These are also not my personal tips. This is a cheat code in a sense that this is how the universe works. This is our reality. You just haven't seen it yet. So, your frequency is where it all begins. It's the invisible signal that you're broadcasting 24/7. Not just when you're journaling or meditating or visualizing or doing yoga or Pilates and actively pursuing these tools, but when you're driving to work, when you're scrolling through your phone, when you're sitting in silence with your own thoughts. And that's not something that you can fake because frequency doesn't care what you say you want, it just reflects what you actually feel to be true. That means if your baseline energy is fear, insecurity, comparison, lack, scarcity, or any other negative limiting belief, then that's what your reality keeps echoing back. That's what your reality is going to show you. And that doesn't mean that the universe is punishing you or that God hates you. It's simply that it's responding to the energetic blueprint that you're holding. Frequency is not personal. Again, it doesn't mean that the universe or God or spirit has something against you specifically and you are that one person whose dreams can never come true just because you're you. That's a lie that your belief system is telling you. It's simply vibrational law. You can say, I'm abundant 100 times a day, but if your core frequency is still stuck in survival, in other words, you might also say, if your nervous system is still dysregulated or if your subconscious still holds the belief that I am broke, then all you're doing is dressing up fear in spiritual language. And that is spiritual bypassing and following the woo woo culture at its finest. So, the thing that most won't say out loud is that you cannot affirm your way out of misalignment. That is not how you rewire your subconscious. You have to intentionally tune your system to something higher because life responds to your essence and not to your effort. That's why hard work doesn't work. Once the frequency is set, the next layer is your vibration. If frequency is your home base, then you can look at your vibration as your current state. It's the aliveness of your energy in real time. You might have an overall high frequency, but if your daily vibration is stuck in burnout or emotional numbness, nervous system shutdowns, or autopilot, your manifestations still won't land. Now, your vibration is constantly shifting. That's the good news. It means you're not locked into anything. It means you can change it whenever, really. You can raise it through movement, breath, presence, pleasure, joy, connection, art, business, music, anything that plugs you back into aliveness, whatever is authentic to you, whatever screams you. That's different for everybody, right? Business might ignite one person while sports might be igniting you. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. Another thing is that you're not meant to be high vibe 24/7, but you are meant to know how to return to alignment when life throws you off. You need to know how to bring yourself back into a regulated state when you are not feeling your best. And that's what vibration is. It's your access point back into energetic momentum. It's the difference between manifesting as a concept and manifesting as a lifestyle, right? Then we go deeper into emotion. Emotion is energy in motion, but more importantly, it's the language of your subconscious. Your mind might say one thing, but your body always tells the truth. In other words, again, your conscious mind might say one thing, but your subconscious is still the main source of truth. So emotion bypasses logic. That's why manifestation responds to feeling more than words. You can say, I want love, but if your body associates unconditional love with abandonment and psychological games and cheating or betrayal, your emotional field is saying, stay away. That's why you only attract toxic situationships and partners into your life. It's always only conditional. That's why when you want something and it doesn't come, you need to check not your desire, but your emotional baseline. What feelings are fueling your manifestation? Is it desperation or is it certainty? Is it joy or is it fear? Is it pleasure or is it control? You attract what you're emotionally available for. So if you want to manifest something different, you have to feel something different and regulate yourself enough to hold that feeling. That's why emotional mastery, hand in hand with nervous system regulation, becomes your superpower. Not by bypassing hard feelings, but by feeling them without letting them run your life. Now, let's talk about the beliefs that run your show. You can feel good and act aligned, but again, if your subconscious beliefs contradict what you say you want, you're still blocking it. And not because you're not worthy, but because your nervous system hasn't been rewired to receive it. Your beliefs are the coding language of your reality because they're also tied to emotions. That's why they come after it. They hold your entire energetic system in place. So if you believe that love has to be earned, you will chase it your whole life. If you believe money is scarce, you will repel it your whole life. If you believe success means burnout, you will sabotage it every single time and not receive it. Your beliefs are not just lame thoughts, are not just unimportant thoughts. They are scripts that your body literally lives by and the universe follows. They are the lens through which you interpret everything. That's why identity shift work is a non negotiable. You don't get the life you want, you get the life you believe that you can have. So if you want to change your outer world, you need to rewrite your inner story, the life that you want. Not just by thinking new thoughts, but by becoming the version of you who already lives in that life, in that story, emotionally, energetically, and behaviorally. That's the integration piece most people skip because they think with that other stuff, the work is already done. And finally, action. This is the part that's either completely ignored as well or completely misunderstood. Because manifestation, again, is not magic. So it's not that you can write out your manifestation, meditate on it once, or journal on it once, and then lean back and relax, right? That's not how it works. It is co creation, it requires you, but also not a hustled and forced and over functioning version of you that's been trying to make things happen through control. No, manifestation is about aligned action. The kind of action that feels clear and inevitable and obvious, the kind of action that isn't about proving anything but expressing what's already true. When your frequency is aligned, your vibration is flowing, your emotions are congruent, and your beliefs are supporting all of it, action becomes automatic. There's not even a question behind that. You don't need to overthink it. You move because it's who you are now. You show up because it feels natural to you, authentic to you. You speak because your voice is finally safe. But there will also be moments where you will have to move through your fear, push yourself outside of your comfort zone and into uncertainty, into discomfort. Deep dive into the unknown. Regulate yourself into knowing it is safe for you to go through. Push through something that is very hard or that you really don't want to do right now, but that you know you have to. And that's what grounds your manifestation into form. That's what turns the invisible into the tangible. Action is the final bridge between the energetic and the physical, and when it's rooted in embodiment, girl, it's unstoppable. This is what manifestation really is. This is the cheat code that you need. It's not some type of magic or just stupid luck or something some people just have. It's cause and effect. It's physics. It's energy. It's you tuning your frequency, amplifying your vibration, mastering your emotions, rewriting your beliefs, and acting in alignment with your highest truth. Over and over and over and over again until it becomes your new default mode, until reality bends to your will, until you don't have to force or beg or chase or prove because you've become a living match to everything you once thought was out of reach. That's the game. That's the formula. That's the cheat code. That's the self mastery code behind everything that you've ever wanted. And the best part? It was never outside of you. You were the creator the entire time. You just needed to realize it.